Hello everyone, my name is Zenitsu and I'm back with another Digimon spoilers video. So today we got a couple of more cards. Apparently they were cards from yesterday that I have missed. Starting off with the spoilers that we have a Garurumon in black. So that is one thing to note. And he has the ability of security, where at the end of battle you play this card without paying its cost, which is pretty good because it allows you to just have another Digimon on the field. And even though we don't necessarily know a whole lot about the security ability, it's still definitely something really interesting that is going to be added to the game, and I definitely look forward to see where they go with it. But the important thing to note with the Garurumon in black is the fact that this is probably going to be a new Garurumon line, following off of the Crest Garurumon that we already know is going to be coming to the game. So it's definitely going to be something to look forward to because black is definitely getting a whole lot of new good cards. Next, we have another Greymon. So this Greymon is similar to the Garurumon we just saw. He is in red, and he has the security ability where at the end of battle, play this card without paying its cost. So that just seems to be how security is going to work as of right now. Obviously, we still need to know more, but the fact that this is going to be part of the Blitz Greymon line is meaning that we're probably going to see more cards in that line. Next up, we have Mastimon. So Mastimon is the natural evolution between Angelwamon and Lady Devimon. So that means we're going to eventually see Lady Devimon, and based on the colors, Lady Devimon is probably going to be in purple, just a very safe bet. But Mastimon has a very, very powerful when Digivolved effect, where you discard one card from both players' security, and then you could play a level 4 or below yellow or purple Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. And then you do get its ETB effect if it has one. So that's just one really powerful thing to note because there are a decent amount of very powerful level 4 Digimon with some pretty powerful abilities. On top of which, she is removing both players' security. So this combos with a lot of yellow cards because yellow tends to have a recovery sub-theme to it. So you could potentially recover or put yourself into a specific security threshold for some abilities to activate like Kyrie's. So she is definitely looking to be a very, very powerful card with a lot of potential utility to her. Next up, we have two cards shown on this one. We have Zubaman. Zubaman is going to be in the Dharmamon line. So Zubaman has a really powerful when played ability where you get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and then put one Ragnalordmon or one Digimon with legendary arms in its type into your hand and then put the rest on the bottom. So this is just a very, very powerful search tool because not only does it help you find a legendary arms, which all of the Ragnalordmon, like both of his lines, are both legendary arms, but it also is referring to an attribute type for the first time, which is pretty interesting because now that opens up the opportunities for them to do a whole bunch of more of those types of synergies. And then on top of which, it's potentially adding 2 Digimon to your hand. So it's just a very high efficiency card, and it isn't necessarily that unreasonable to play, considering the type of deck that he wants to go into. And then the other Digimon is what he will most likely want to Digivolve into, which is Zubaman. So he has the inheritable skill. During your turn, when this Digimon is level 7, it gains security attack +1. We already know that Dharmamon will give piercing, and we already know that Ragnalordmon will already naturally have security attack +1. So this means that Ragnalordmon will also be getting another security attack +1, making him a very, very potentially powerful Digimon. On top of which, again, the Dharmamon line is going to also have potential synergies with Omnimon. So that is also another thing to think about because Omnimon having security attack +1 is also very, very powerful. On top of, as I mentioned in my previous video, he could have piercing and a whole bunch of other potential effects. Next up, we have Briar Lugermon. So Briar Lugermon is what I thought it was. It is basically a very similar version of Dharmamon, except it's in black. So he has the inheritable ability of blocker. So he is going to potentially give Ragnarlordmon blocker, and then he also could have piercing as well due to his ability, where you could just put one of these two into his Digivolution stack. So that's just a very, very powerful potential synergy, on top of which he is black, he gives blocker, so this could also potentially synergize with Millenniumon. Having a Millenniumon with potentially blocker and reboot and all that jazz just is very, very exciting because it opens the doors for more possibilities. Next, we have Dharmamon. So Dharmamon is, again, part of the Dharmamon line, where he has the inheritable skill during your turn. When this Digimon is level 7, it gets security attack +1. So just more security attack +1 for your level 7. Nothing we haven't really seen before, and the fact that he is just another part of that line just incentivizes you to want to run the line, because his rookie version allows you to help search him out, because they are Legend Arms Digimon as well. Next, we have another two-parter. So first up, we have Ludamon. So Ludamon is similar to the other rookie that we saw in the Ragnarlordmon's options to pick from. So he has a very similar effect, where he has a when played, you get a look at the top 5, put one Ragnarlordmon and one Digimon with Legend Arms attributes from among them into your hand, then the rest go on the bottom. And then, similarly to how the Dharmamon line is working, it is going to be very, very similar with the Briar Lugermon line, where we have Ludamon, and he gives the inheritable skill when attacking. If this Digimon is level 7, you get to de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon by 1. So that's just another pretty powerful skill, because it's weakening the opponent's field while you have this ginormous potential beater. And then continuing with that line, we have Rajai Ludamon, where he has the same inheritable skill, where when this Digimon is attacking, if it's level 7, de-digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon by 1. So, again, this is pretty interesting because this is black, which means it has potential synergies with Millenniumon, where it's not specifically referencing Ragnarlordmon, it's just referencing level 7. So this could have potential synergies in like a Millenniumon turbo deck, where you just build up this Millenniumon and then start de-digivolving on attack and have it have blocker and reboot, and it just has a whole bunch of potential synergies that make it look really, really interesting. And that's kind of it for this batch of spoilers. This is looking to be like a very, very interesting set, and I'm really excited to see what can come from it. I love the idea that they're playing with Security Digimon, because right now the security isn't really doing a whole lot outside of a couple of option cards, and I feel like them trying to utilize the security more would definitely make the game more interesting as a whole. I'm very, very excited into what the rest of the spoilers have for this set. But as of right now, what we do have is looking to be really, really powerful and really, really synergetic with a whole bunch of different cards that you might not have thought of. And it's just really opening up deck building diversity, and I'm excited to see what comes next. So, as always, feel free to tell me your thoughts down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next video.